Good morning to all. Today we are discussing about pilot plant and scale-up technique of capsule. It is comes under the course outcome 1 and Bloom's level K2 and K3, that's understanding and applying. In previous classes we discussed what is pilot plant and scale-up techniques. And today we are discussing the pilot plant and scale-up technique of capsule. There are several parameters that are material handling, mixing of ingredient, granulation, drying, lubrication, making of capsule, filling of capsule and finishing. And at first, material handling. In laboratory, the material are generally mainly scooped or poured by hand. But in intermediate or large scale preparation, the material handling system is necessary. The more sophisticated material handling system such as vacuum loading system, meter pumping, screw feed systems are mainly used. And if one material handling system used for more than one product, there is a chance of contamination. So we must take care of choosing material handling system and handling of that material handling system. The material handling system must deliver an accurate amount of ingredient to the destination, and the system select also depend on the characters of the material, that are bulk density, flow property, particle size, etc. And then dry blending. For the preparation of tablet or capsule are produced from the ingredient that may be either dry blend or wet granulated to produce dry powder or granule with uniformly dispersion of active ingredient. To producing capsule on high speed equipment, if you produce capsule on high speed equipment, we must consider the uniform particle size distribution, bulk density and compressibility required to promote good flow properties. Then the equipments are used: V blender, double cone blender, ribbon blender, slant cone blender, wing blender, orbiting screw blender, etc. Then the main scale up consideration: variation of blending geometry between scale up are acceptable, and order of addition of component to the blender, and then blender load, then the rate of rotation, and last time of mixing. These are the factors that affect the blending of products. Then next is granulation. The most common reason to give justify granulation are to impart good flow properties of material, and to increase the apparent density of powders, and then to change the particle size distribution and uniform distribution of active ingredients. Then mainly sigma blender or heavy duty planetary mixer are used, and now tumbling blenders equipped with high speed chopper are also used. Then scale up consideration. In granulation process, the scale up considerations are process of inlet air temperature, automation of air pressure, air volume, liquid spray rate, nozzle position and number of spray head, product and exhaust air temperatures, and filter porosity, cleaning frequency, then bowl capacity. Then next, drying. Mainly we use hot air oven and fluidized bed dryer. These are we already studied in third semester B Pharm in microbiology. So in hot air oven, mainly dry heat circulation is occur, and then mainly drying occur by the dry heat. And the important factors are airflow, air temperature and depth of granulation on the trace. Then next, fluidized bed dryer. The fluidized bed dryer is attractive alternative to hot air oven, and it's required less time compared to hot air oven. Then factors: optimum load, airflow rate, inlet air and humidity of incoming air. Then next, lubrication. Mainly equipment, octagonal blender, ribbon blender are used. Factors: amount of lubricant, grade of lubricant, compressibility and other ingredient. Next, in-process quality control, angle of repose and task index. Then capsule filling. There are several types of capsule filling equipment, mainly dosing disc machine, dosator machine are used. Scale of consideration, the production of capsule, the powder blend is converted into plugs either by single or multi-stock. At the production of capsule, the powder blend is converted to plugs. Then scale up of capsule filling operation, consider the operating principle and designing principle. And few relevant factors such as plug height to diameter ratio greater than 1, compression force 50 to 200 and compression speed 100 to 200 meter per second. Then scale up considerations are, there are two, level 1 and level 2 changes, and level 1 batch size 10 times of pilot scale and level 2 batch times beyond 10 times of pilot scale. And then finishing, the finishing of capsule require dusting or polishing before the inspection and bottling and labeling. At the finishing of capsule, we need to polish before inspection. Methods: pan polishing, cloth dusting and brushing. And scale of consideration, in cloth dust, the number of cloth to be rubbed with the number of capsule to be rubbed with cloth, and in polishing, the type and quantity of polishing agent, and in brushing, the type of brush and brush rotation speed. Thank you.